Greg. 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 Like that. Like that.
What?
The laundry room is beautiful, but I have a really good idea for the door.
Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do any more projects. I'm so tired.
I saw a really good idea on Pinterest.
No, not Pinterest.
But it's so cute. Please.
Fine, I'll go get my drill.
So I'll pin the picture somewhere. Let me find it.
Let me see. Yeah, I think I can do that. I'll get started.
You're the best.
I know. Maybe if I just stay out here, she won't miss me. There's no place to take a nap out here, and it's cold. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna make this ugly door look pretty. So you might remember from a previous video where we remodeled the laundry room that we had talked about this door, maybe replacing it. We don't need this grill down here anymore. So rather than replace it, my smoking hot wife had a great idea. We're going to cut some trim up, actually some 1/4-inch plywood, and decorate this door up and make it look good again. So let's get started. All right, so I got the door out here in the garage where I can work on it. As you can see, we have this grill in the front of it, or actually all the way through. There's a grill on the other side too, but we don't need that anymore. That's got to go away. And what we've got planned is I've got some 1/4-inch birch plywood, and what my wife has decided that she wants to cut those into strips and make either a herringbone pattern across the door or a chevron pattern across the door from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to be attaching those, cutting those strips out and attaching them, and that will cover up this side of the door where the vent is, so you won't be able to see that. The other side, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I may just leave the vent on there. That will be on the inside of the laundry room. We won't really be able to see that unless you're in there. If you're in there, the door's open, so you really won't see it anyway. All right, got all the hardware off the door. Got to wipe down. And next I'm gonna sand this real good with about a 600 grit sandpaper. to make sure the glue sticks good that I'm going to use for the strips we're going to put on it. Alright, so we got everything cleaned up here, sanded, ready for some glue. Got a couple pieces cut here that kind of want to show what we're going to do. So we're going to go with a herringbone pattern with these strips of wood down the door, and then a small strip of this wood around the outside edge. So let's get some of these pieces cut. I'm going to start off by cutting this down to something a little more manageable that I can feed through the table saw myself. Alright, next I'm going to mark this off, the center line down the middle, so that I'll be able to follow that when I put the pieces on. Alright, so now what I've done is I have laid out the angles that these are going to be set to. I'll do these up here first, and then I've got a center line down through here. All I got to do is just follow with each piece on that center line, and they should line up perfectly. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down a little bit. They're too long to be able to glue and handle easy on here, so I'm going to cut them down so they're a little shorter, closer to the edge. I have some overhang, but then at the end I'll come back and cut that off down both sides. All right, here's what we got so far. Got everything cut and laid out. It's looking up a long ways up the door. So now I got to get these nailed in and glued on. All right, got all the pieces glued on for the first part. Now comes the fun part. Got to try to cut around all this, all the way around. Keep it close to the edge of the door, and try not to cut into the door. That's going to be fun. So here goes nothing. All right, so what I've come up with is the best way to do this is to come back off the edge of where I want to cut and mark a line 4 inches and put a clamp a board on here that will act as a saw stop for my saw, and 4 inches is the distance from the saw stop to the blade. And I have drilled up from the bottom right up next to the edge of the door all the way down, drilled holes. And I've measured 4 inches off of those holes, and that's where I'm going to clamp my board at, and that will allow me to cut it without actually cutting into the door. Cut a straight line down through there. All right, got all that cut. Turned out pretty good. Also set my blade not quite so deep, so if I did hit the door, it wouldn't cut a lot of it off. Barely nicked it in some places, but it worked pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna cut some strips. You want some small 1-inch strips to go all the way around the door, top to bottom. So I'm gonna get those cut and get them put on. Well, I have to say, that looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than it did before. I think Shonda will approve. So now I got to cut the hole out for the door handle, and then I'm going to sand her down, and I'll probably go ahead and paint it again. Go ahead and paint it tonight. Time to slap on some paint. Had to move the operation into the house. It got too cold in my shop to paint. All right, guys, we got it all done, painted up. Let's get it put back on the hinges. And there we go. There's the new door. I've got to make some adjustments to it. And I think maybe my wife wants me to paint the handle black, so we'll see how that goes, but pretty much it's done. All right, guys, that's a wrap on another project. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Be sure you subscribe. I need all of you to subscribe. See you later.